Honda's won more U.S. News and World Report awards than any other brand. And now, for the second straight year, Honda's been named the best car brand for 2023. Come get your Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siga Lane.
There we go. You channeling your inner Robin Williams right there?
Yeah, very good.
Well, good morning to you, everybody. Welcome to the Plus. WAFB now 9:15 every Monday through Friday. So yeah, I guess good morning to you.
Yeah, we made it through the halfway.
Right.
The first half of this week has been actually quite beautiful.
It's really been good.
Today is where things change a little bit.
Yeah, today not going to be so much. We did have some fog this morning. That has largely moved on out, and now we kind of await the storms that'll be coming. So getting you ready for that. Next several hours should still be fairly quiet. Here's a live look outside right now. Sky9 camera showing plenty of clouds overhead, but a clearer view than what we had earlier this morning when that shot was pretty socked in with fog around the area, making it kind of difficult to see and difficult to get around. Yeah, guys, as expected, I think I just lost my connection. Give me a second. We'll see if we can reconnect. So ultimately, what we're looking at here is that showers and storms will return, move in this afternoon and this evening. I tell you what, why don't you guys take it over if you can?
Sure.
Yeah,
We'll come back to me.
This is, we'll get back to the forecast in a quick minute. Obviously, a big headline. It continues to be the global headline right now. The earthquake in Turkey and Syria impacting there. The death toll now, Liz, it's above 11,000.
Yeah, this kind of jogs your memory. The last couple of days, we've been referencing the last time Turkey had an earthquake in 1999, 18,000 people as a result of that one. But I think you mentioned this morning. In the last decade, this has got to be now the deadliest earthquake.
Now. Yeah. So what now? And we've seen the videos. We've shown you some of the videos and the pictures. Careful what we're showing, because the devastation is just heartbreaking. But you made a good point this morning as well, Liz, when we showed this piece of video of this hand reaching out through the rubble, and there was a conversation about, do we show this? Obviously, we're not going to be showing bodies, that kind of thing. But there is something to be said, as gut wrenching as that image is of a hand reaching out of the rubble. It shows those rescue crews, hands and knees on the ground, trying to get to anybody and everybody they could, and they were able to get that person out. Important video to speak to the reality of the situation and the impassioned outreach from the world as they try to get in there and help.
At the airports in and around Turkey are crammed with people who are trying to get in to help.
Yeah.
These are all of the great, beautiful signs of humanity that we see. But as Matt mentioned, the very piece of video he described to you, these are signs of hope. The wiggling hands, any signs of life, any cries of help. That's what rescuers, dogs, rescue crews are trained to look for. Because I think we said this morning that the first 3 days after an earthquake are the most pivotal. It's that golden period for people trying to just fighting to survive underneath the rubble. Because there have been survivors pulled out 2 days, little girls, a dad pulled out together. These are the moments that rescue crews are looking for, because they're still in there. You've got families lined up around the perimeter of where the search site is. They're just hoping that one of their loved ones will be pulled among that rubble.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so again, it continues to be the global story going forward. It still is rescue mode right now, and hopefully we get more good stories, good moments like that.
Yeah.
You imagine this death toll is going to climb, though, as well. When you see the video, that reality just hits you in the face. We'll keep you updated anytime, of course. You know we're going to be talking about it.
We sure will.
Yeah. Okay, back here in our part of the world, we've got a man that folks in Livingston Parish, deputies are looking for.
I think we actually have a better picture for you to take a look here. I believe this is Mr. Wand, Ben Wand, or Robert Wand. He's 33 years old, and his family says that they actually haven't seen him since last Friday. That's the last time that they saw him, and they think he may have even been involved in some kind of crash.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Could have been involved in a crash, and then after that went missing for some reason. So last seen on foot, kind of near Vincent Place Road, Denham Springs area, Highway 16, if you're familiar. We're told he had on a light-colored hoodie and some jeans at the time. So if you see him, let's see if we can't get him back to family. Again, Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office putting this picture out, hopeful that you can share it and get him back home. We
hope you take a good look here. And we also have this on all of our social media pages, so you can share this too, hopefully making sure that he's able to get home.
Right there.
Yeah.
Big conversations perhaps, we know we're going to have some big conversations today, Metro Council. Some big headlines previously leading up to some of this.
4 p.m. today is when the EBR council members will meet. Obviously, the community is involved to attend at City Hall. So Callie was previewing a couple of things that are going to be introduced by a number of council members, including Lori Adams, Daryl Hurst, all things having to do with big talkers lately in the media, right? An incident stemming from Madison Brooks, the LSU student being killed there on Nicholson after a night of drinking in Tigerland area. So how does the city members, how do the city leaders get involved in creating some kind of ordinance to make sure this is prevented again in the future?
That's what they're talking with. Talk with the folks over Alcohol Control Board. Also having a conversation about psychiatric hospitals, if to build them, where to build them here. That was a big conversation starter. The mayor set to sign off on some blight reform. So yeah, a lot of conversations that you guys have been having out there that we've had with you now maybe come to some kind of pass or at least some kind of beginning of conversation at Metro. 4 o'clock, you said?
4 o'clock.
I imagine we'll have somebody down there?
I think we will.
Big time. Lots of conversation. We'll update you, of course, always.
Okay, also talking about some fun things
This was
too.
fun this morning.
It's carnival season, and we had some magic, right?
Yeah, we did.
The crew members of the crew Mystique de la Capitale gearing up for this Saturday's parade, one of the longest running parade. 1976 is when two crews came together, deciding to say, let's join forces, kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and saying,
holy cow,
let's do it.
Well,
yeah.
So they were on the show with us this morning. This is one of the ones, you kind of always look forward to as well, just because there is such a history there.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to talk with them. See some of the throws they got. They've got one. It's like a gigantic beaded fleur de lis. It's just, it's so much fun. They're not going to throw that one.
No, because that'd be like a Death Star.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to
Chinese
hand it to people. It's a labor of love.
It is. It's big time. They got into it and decorated the whole thing. We have somebody we know like is the Grand Marshal, right?
Chief Meteorologist Jay Grimes and his wife Debbie will be riding in the front of the float, and I believe we heard this morning Titan 9 is going to be out there too.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of pressure on Titan 9 to go the right direction.
That is a lot of pressure.
You got to stick to the parade route, and there it is waiting for you right there at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know the parade route. It's their traditional route, but if you need a little bit more information, maybe like where to park to get a piece of of the view, it's right there waiting for you.
Oh, and just wait till Steve shows you the parade forecast. It's going to be good.
Actually, you're right. You know what? A little chilly, but it's going to be good. It's not dry.
It is. King James makes the rain. I was telling you this joke. I was very proud of this because I memorized this. I saw this in my daily newspaper back home in high school. So mind you, this is like 2008, right? So I saw LeBron James at an airport, actually at DFW.
Did you?
Yeah, I asked him to give me change for $1.
Yeah?
He only gave me 75 cents.
What happened?
He didn't have a fourth quarter.
Oh, God.
Kind of seems like what happened last night too, right?
So bad.
I was so proud of that.
You're so bad. You're not going to rain on the King's moment.
He had a big night.
He did, actually.
But not for the team.
But not a fourth quarter, you're right. King James, this has been seemingly being built toward for like the last decade. He's been on the court for a couple decades now. But yeah, reigning supreme, taking over that record that everybody thought was never going to be broken, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And so now LeBron James reigns supreme. He needed 36 points.
Okay.
He got his 36th point with like 10 seconds left in the third quarter. And then, to your point, only finished with 38 points, so just 2 points in the fourth quarter, and the team lost by 3. So you're like, man, that was what happened. So, but you know what? There's a lot going on just in that moment. I mean, that's a lot on the shoulders. But it's been fun to watch his career. I don't care where you think he is as far as the greatest among the great. I don't care about that. It was just fun to watch. It's been interesting to really watch his career unfold.
It's still something to celebrate regardless. The caliber of athlete that he is absolutely incredible.
So
congratulations to you, LeBron James.
You think he watches the Plus?
Oh, I think he does.
You think he's watching this morning?
I think he gave him a shout out because he said, Matt, he wrote you an email and was like, look,
sorry about the fourth quarter.
You need to highlight my accomplishment tomorrow on 9 News Now. I would really appreciate it.
He's got.
We may have him as an esteemed guest one day. You'd never know.
That's absolutely. Sure.
Liz, I think you ruined that with the fourth quarter joke.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good joke.
So it's some trash talk. It's good.
I love you, King James. Come on.
Listen, we sure would love him on. So please take this as an invite.
Absolutely.
I will apologize to you in person if you come here on WAFB Plus. I promise you.
Oh my
gosh. Promise you.
It's going to be a Zoom conversation.
It sure will.
We can do all that.
It sure will.
So what would the King say about our weather? What do you think? Well, today it's going to be Yeah,
Good word to describe it.
That's Yiddish for good gracious.
As a guy that's out in L.A., yeah, he would especially say. Yeah.
Oh, but you're right.
Although it comes from Cleveland, you know, you're
it's
pretty
also
sharing
true.
nasty weather up there. But yeah, it's kind of nasty out there this morning. Not too bad, but we've got plenty of clouds right now. It's going to get worse as the day wears on. Right now, we're mainly dry, starting to see maybe a shower or two bubble up in southern Amite County, but not much happening right now. Not expecting a whole lot over the next few hours. It's been a very warm, humid morning, 68 Baton Rouge. Many spots have already climbed into the low 70s, and it's going to be quite warm through the day. All right, let's give you a look at storm timing. Now, the graph model doesn't show much here through noon. I think we could see a couple of passing showers, but the idea is pretty quiet still through lunchtime. But as we get into the afternoon, there are indications we get an initial round of storms developing maybe by the mid-afternoon, mid to late afternoon hours. This is 4 o'clock, scattered storms lifting north, and then a second round that'd probably be more widespread out ahead of the cold front itself. That arrives tonight. Now, depending on what model you look at, the graph's got it arriving in Metro Baton Rouge in the 8 to 9 o'clock hour. Some other guidance is a little bit later than that. But ultimately, we do expect the line of storms in advance of a cold front tonight. That marches east. And as we get beyond midnight tonight, rain should taper off pretty quickly so that by daybreak Thursday, we are dry once again. One big item this morning, the Storm Prediction Center just after 7 o'clock this morning upgraded the severe weather threat near and north of the state line. That is now a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. If you can make out, and then the shading gets a little squirrely in this monitor. It's orange, trust me, but if you can make out that darker shading. Elsewhere, it's a 2 out of 5 slight risk right now. So we're going to have to pay attention to the severe weather threat. That upgrade was a nod to what the Storm Prediction Center sees as slightly higher probabilities of maybe a few tornadoes later today, so stay alert. Now, the graph model, which shows 2 separate rounds of storms moving through, also paints in a stripe of some heavier rain. Now, we're still thinking for many of us 1 to 2 inches of rain today and tonight, okay? But I wanted to show you this as just a sign of maybe the potential that's there. Don't take this as gospel. I know your eyes are drawn to a specific location, but try not to focus on a location. Just understand there could be a stripe somewhere across the area where we get some locally higher totals. Could be 3 to 4, 3 to 5 inches of rain. May not be right here, but that potential is there, given that we now think we could see 2 separate rounds of storms, one this afternoon, one tonight. The Weather Prediction Center is showing on average 1 to 2 inches, which I think is a pretty good estimate. Otherwise, going to be very warm throughout the day. I've got upper 70s at noon and a high around 81 today. All this is tied into a storm system now making its way into West Texas. You can see the rains breaking out to our west. Now, I did want to hit on one other item. So we'll see the rains exiting before daybreak tomorrow. Most of tomorrow, daylight hours look fine. But there's a couple other things to track. First off, we could see a few showers return overnight Thursday and Friday morning. See the European show. That's 2 a.m. Friday. And then it shows those rains exiting pretty quickly to the east. So it shows a relatively narrow window early Friday morning of a few more showers returning. And then maybe some clouds lingering Friday. Now, here's kind of a fly in the ointment from the European model is there's going to be an upper low spinning across the area Friday night and a Saturday. And notice how it now is showing a little bit of rain even into Saturday. So I've had the forecast dry for this weekend. This is a trend we'll have to keep an eye on. It doesn't look like anything widespread or heavy, but I can't rule out a few showers with this upper low kind of tracking overhead. So that's 1 o'clock Saturday, and then it has things settling down into the evening. So I did want to show you that, given that we're talking about parades this weekend. But today the focus is on the potential of some strong to severe storms. This afternoon, tonight, some locally heavy rain. As we talked about, tomorrow should be relatively quiet. Friday, the chance of a few showers, mostly in the morning. We'll keep an eye on Saturday. As I said right now, I've got it dry. That could change. Sunday should be dry. Cold start Sunday, and then next week, temperatures rebound. Also looking like good rain chances on Valentine's Day, Tuesday.
I'm
The
tired.
roller coaster
Tired of rain.
begins.
Yeah.
Tired. Who isn't? Who isn't?
Yeah, but we were complaining that it wasn't a couple months ago when it was super dry. We were complaining that we didn't get
famine.
I
But
know.
some areas in January picked up over a foot of rain.
A
locally.
foot?
Yeah.
Already.
The airport had over 10 inches. So yeah, it's been wet.
Yeah, I know my house was certainly one of those. We're just like, all right, we're done here, thanks.
Right.
But,
Shut it off.
Exactly, big faucet in the sky. Okay, you know what we could use in a time like that?
Oh.
Boy Scout.
Oh,
Always
here
be
they
prepared.
are to save the day.
Always be prepared. Did you know today is actually National Boy Scout Day?
I did not.
Celebrated annually, February 8th, so welcome
Okay.
to it. Boy Scouts of America, a youth organization, of course, helped shape the lives of millions and millions and millions of young men. Began in 1910. Actually, the guy who started it was apparently on a trip to London, got lost in the streets of London when a scout from England helped him find his way.
Really?
A scout. An English scout.
Wow.
And so when he came back to the States, he began the Boy Scouts of America.
Oh,
How
Those
about
involved get
that?
to practice good deeds, learn those life skills,
Yeah.
and more through those programs. This day, 1910,
Wow.
Boy Scouts began. There you go.
Were either of you Boy Scouts growing up?
I was not.
Oh, okay.
I was not a Boy Scout either.
I didn't know if it was that common. Up north, it wasn't that common either. I don't know why.
I
No,
was.
I was gonna say there were plenty around here. I was just I was involved with sports quite a bit.
That
and
was the
kept
other
that kept
thing.
me busy. So.
Yeah.
I was something called, I don't know that you'd call it this today, but they called it Indian Guides.
Oh.
And it was fathers and sons, and you just kind of go out and do
That's
some
cool.
camping and that kind of thing. But yeah, I was part of it. It's like
That's
Boy Scouts.
actually
You go
really
out,
cool.
you go out and you do your good deeds, and you pick up the
Yeah.
trash and you do all this stuff. And that was in Texas when I was a kid, Cypress, Texas, way back in the day. So not the Boy Scouts, but there you go.
Doing some good deeds. Let's talk about some other heroes in that case,
Yeah.
right? Firefighters, always here to save the day.
Always.
Always doing
Always.
some
Yeah,
good.
true.
Not only putting out fires, but often getting people out of some stuck situations. Let's take you to a situation here where they helped a girl get out of that. What is that?
It's like a vent or something?
No, guess again. It's a cake pan.
Oh, stop.
If firefighters in Pennsylvania rescued this little girl who got herself into a bit of a jam.
my goodness.
Her mom had to call 911 on Monday. And this is her 2-year-old, Quinley. She got her head stuck in an angel food cake pan, which why the bottom would come out so easily is a little bit concerning. Well, the firefighters there in their town used snippers to cut the pan in 2 places, allowing them to get her head out. So she's fine. She's okay. And her mom's even joked that this kind of thing runs in the family. So guess what? Mom, when she was a child, got her leg stuck in a plastic chair. So it does run in the family, it seems.
Yeah, that's at least a little more understandable. Legs
The
in the
chair,
plastic chair.
Yeah, I think you're
sure,
right. I
use
think
it
you're right.
with its
The head
intended
through the
purpose.
H. But
I got questions.
again, Matt and I both have kids.
Yeah.
Boy, man, every day's
right.
got a new surprise. You
You're
never
right.
know
I'm
what's gonna
sure
happen.
you guys see everything. I could see, kids playing around, pretending the cake pan's a hat maybe. But for the whole thing to come off and she just said, look.
This is where I go.
Look, my oldest, hardcore gymnastics,
Yes.
as you guys know.
Yeah.
Not a single injury doing gymnastics.
Oh.
She's broken 2 bones in her life, though.
Okay.
One was, all those kids that carried the water bottles now, the
Yeah.
refillable ones.
Yeah.
She bends over, backpack falls out, breaks her fingertip, bone, fingertip. The other time, she's at recess,
Yeah.
and she's running and trips over like a kickball or something. Collarbone.
Really? Oh, right. You were
that
telling
sucks.
us about
again,
That
gymnastics, all this crazy
Right.
stuff. No broken bones there,
It's just,
Just
life.
life.
but just life at school. Yeah.
Life, it's cool.
Yeah, that collarbone, man, that is nothing to play
Yeah.
with. That is some,
Oh, yeah.
my son
Yeah,
broke
that
his
was-
too.
that was-
Yeah, I
rough.
broke mine too.
Ah.
Yeah, I fell upside. I was hanging on monkey bars, hanging with my legs upside down, fell right on it upside down. That's how I broke
I just
mine.
knew you were crazy.
It is the longest
Definition of
horizontal
crazy.
bone in the body. I don't know if you knew that.
It takes a long time to heal.
And
Yeah.
And actually, with my son, they didn't even reset it. They just kind of stabilized everything, and they said, "Don't worry, it's close enough. It's gonna that
grow on
little
its
fuse
own."
together, and that
Yeah.
little knot is gonna be stronger than the other." I'm like, "What is going on, biology?" But it worked.
Same thing with my daughter.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, there you go.
Human
All right.
body's crazy.
You guys pulling for anybody in the Super Bowl in particular?
Ooh,
Joe Burrow didn't make it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we got Tigers on sides here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
we
that's
got some
true.
formative.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, there's no doubt who this lady's
Okay.
pulling
Okay.
for.
All right.
That would be Patrick Mahomes. Now check this out. Everywhere she goes,
Wait, what?
she's got Patrick with her. Yes. Lisa
come
Mitchell.
on.
Oh my gosh.
She She got this cut out years ago at a jewelry store in Florida, and since then she takes it with her everywhere she goes, and she catches all these selfies with her boy Patrick Mahomes. Now he's up for FedEx Player of the Year, and of course the Super Bowl coming up.
Wow.
But yeah, she's got lots of shots with Mahomie there.
Mahomie.
Mahomie.
The Mahomies.
Wow.
Look at you.
That's a lot of effort. You've got to carry that in your car. Cutouts, I mean, that's, I would say, a life-size cutout.
I know, yeah. That's
how do you bring him
exactly.
around? Oh, I guess that's how.
Very carefully.
Wow. It's not been dinged up. He still looks like he's in pretty good shape.
He looks like he's put on some weight, actually, in that.
And doesn't
Triple XL shirt.
Yeah, no. Why did they have him like the 5XL shirt?
That's a great question.
He's eating Subways, right, these days?
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
I mean, so, you know,
yeah,
you should
beefing
be,
up, maybe?
I don't know, man. You should be slimming down eating the Subways.
Look at her.
Oh, so it looks like she's putting gear on him.
Yeah.
Because some of the shots get there. Okay.
All the
Yeah.
different stuff.
Yeah, all right. All right.
I just love it. She got it from a jewelry store, of all places, years ago.
You know, my son's got one that's Zion Williamson.
Oh, really?
It's in his room.
Oh, maybe
So
he's
it's
got
kind of
to
like that.
try to knock out this lady at the top.
It's
Bring
huge.
him around everywhere.
Yeah.
Be to make a record.
Yep. That's kind of funny.
Okay.
But Zion stays in the bedroom.
Well,
That sounds weird. Let me reverse.
Well,
let me.
well, yeah.
Man, if you're going to clip the audio, don't clip that part.
Here, but-
Zion's about.
so that's where he's been hiding this season.
Oh, God.
Oh, you got jokes today.
She's all over. So, yes. Please help. So yeah, getting ready for the headline is not going to be that. It is
The headline is we will not have LeBron James on as guest, and now probably not Zion
Well,
either.
wah, wah.
Ever. Thankfully, though, you do have guys like Dr. Steve around to get you ready for a little bit of what's to come today. Apparently, just a couple rounds, actually.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. I'll be on 9 News at noon. We'll have an update then. Be sure to watch it. But one round of storms for some of us this afternoon, probably not everybody. And then tonight, it should be just about everybody. A few of those could be strong. Stay weather alert.
Now's the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named the 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 55 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.